This class is all about the hips today. Hip tightness can cause a lot of problems in the body. Everything from obviously issues with the hips, but also the knees and the lower back. So we're gonna do some nice stretches today that are knee friendly. This is a great class to do before or after a workout, or just if you've been sitting for a long time. So when you're ready, ease on down to your back body. Bring the knees into your chest and give yourself a little hug. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Maybe you allow the eyes to close or gaze at something that's not moving, and allow your mind and body to connect. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale and release, bring the feet to the mat. So knees are bent. Keep that left leg where it is and cross that right leg over the left thigh. Have that right ankle off the thigh just a little bit. Take a breath in, and as you release the breath, allow the right knee to open up towards the mat. So listen to your body. I am just going to make suggestions, but let your body really be your guide in how you move in and out of each of these poses. So notice how this pose feels. And if you feel comfortable here, if you feel like you're getting a great stretch, hold and breathe. But if you feel that your hips are a little bit more open and you can go further, then you can interlace the fingers behind that left thigh. Take a big breath in and gently pull the legs towards your body. Slow and steady breaths in and out. Notice the sensations you feel, but use the breath to help you move through those sensations without tensing up. Take a deep breath in through the nose, and as you exhale, slowly release. And between each pose, we're going to move into a reset pose. Separate the feet the width of the mat and just allow the knees to touch. And just find a comfortable place for your hands. Deep breaths in, full breaths out. Inhale as you separate the knees, and let's make our way over to the other side. Pay attention to the difference from one side to the other. One side may be more open than the other, a little tighter. There's always a little bit of asymmetry, a little bit of difference in terms of flexibility from one side to the other. And then let your body guide you into the version of the pose that you choose to do on this side. And just know what you did on the other side may not be accessible or available to you on this side, and that's okay. And begin to lengthen the out breath longer than the in breath. Be mindful to soften the muscles in your face, particularly between the brows, the shoulders, the jaw. Deep breath in, exhale, release. Before we move into that reset, you have the option here to windshield wiper the legs from side to side. So from an energetic standpoint, we hold a lot of stress, tension, trauma, anxiety in our hips. So oftentimes practices like these can bring up emotion. So if you notice that happening, it's normal. And I just invite you to just release whatever you need to. Just let it go. If you feel irritated, feel it, breathe it away. If you feel teary, let the tears flow. Better out than in. From here, we're going to move into butterfly pose. So scoot the feet away from you a bit and then allow the soles of the feet to touch and just let the knees open up to the side. Any comfortable position for the hands. You'll notice I usually like to place my hands on my body. It's just a reminder for me to breathe deeply. So just breathe through whatever sensations you're feeling, whatever resistance, tightness. Bring your awareness to the breath and how the belly expands on each inhale and softens on each exhale. On your next inhale, place your hands just underneath the knees and slowly draw them together. You can heel toe the feet away from each other so that they are the width of the mat. Take a movement if that's what your body needs. And then we'll meet in our reset pose when you're ready. Cleansing breath, deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth wide and let it go. I'm going to straighten the legs towards the sky. Take a little movement here. We'll cross the left leg over the right. Allow the feet to fall towards the mat. So you have the option to stay here. Maybe just elevate the feet a little bit. Draw the legs towards your body. And if you can reach your feet or your ankles, go for it. If not, don't worry about it. And here all I'm doing is just gently drawing the legs towards my body. And I definitely feel this. So what tends to happen is once we feel the intensity of a pose, we tense up. So our job here is to soften and release into the pose. Despite the sensations we feel, settle into the breath. Breathe through it. Another big in-breath in. Exhale, slowly release this. Flex and point the feet. Take what movement you need. May feel good to windshield wiper the legs side to side. And take that reset pose and a nice cleansing breath as you're ready. And let's do the same thing on the other side. Again, paying attention to how one side can feel so much different than the other. Now, what was accessible on one side, as I said earlier, might not be on the other, and that's okay. Honor your body wherever it is without pushing. There's no goal other than to feel a stretch. There's no perfect way to do this pose. It doesn't have to look the way I do it. All of our bodies are different, so just honor your body. Accept where you are. Settle into your breath. Full breath in, full breath out. And release, taking whatever movements you need to bring yourself back to the reset pose. So use your next inhale to roll over onto your side body. I'm going to roll over to my right side. We're going to move into a quad stretch. So begin by stacking the legs on top of one another. You might also want to place a block underneath your head. Bend that top leg, and if you have a strap, you might want to grab that if it's difficult to reach the top of that left foot. But you want to press your pelvis forward and draw the heel towards your bottom. Nothing aggressive, just sort of invite the heel towards your glute. You should feel a nice stretch in the front part of the thigh all the way up to the hip flexor. Soften the breath, lengthen the exhales. Relax your shoulder, relax your face. Use your next inhale to slowly release this. Tuck the knees in towards the chest or take whatever movement you need to kind of release any sensations that you're noticing. And then roll over to your other side. Stack the hips, stack the legs rather, and then ease your way into the pose. You can allow the knees to touch. If that feels better, allow the legs to touch. Remember to push the pelvis forward gently. Steady your breathing. Soften the muscles between your brows, your jaw, your shoulders. Just a few more breaths here. And slowly release. We're just going to go ahead and make our way onto our backs into the reset pose. Cleansing breath when you're ready. So our final pose is going to be Happy Baby. That's the name of the pose. So begin by lengthening the legs towards the sky. And let's just take a pause here and give the feet a little love. Flex the feet. You take a moment and rotate the ankles as you wiggle the toes. And then when you're ready, separate the feet so that they are a little bit wider than your body. With the feet flexed, bend your knees. This is a great place to stay. If you feel that you can go a little deeper, take hold of any part of your lower leg that you can reach. And some of you might even be able to reach the outer blades of your feet or even take your peace fingers around your big toes. So this is an active pose. You want to release the knees towards your mat. So if you're here, press the knees towards your mat. If you're holding on to any part of the legs, gently use the hands to pull the legs towards the mat. Ooh, this can be intense. So just like off the mat when things get intense, in this moment, if you're feeling intense sensations, settle into the breath. Lengthen the exhales longer than the inhales. So as I said, this pose is known as Happy Baby. It is also known as wind relieving pose. So if you are having any gastrointestinal issues, you might want to move into this pose. Get some relief. Few more breaths here. And slowly let that go. Whew. Bring the knees into the chest for a moment. It'd be nice here to circle the knees in one direction and then the other. Ooh, this feels great. And then when you're ready, reverse those circles. Release into that reset pose. Cleansing breath. And just take a few moments here as we wrap up to just tune into yourself. Notice the effects of that very short practice. You're welcome here to lengthen your legs, straighten them out as we take a mini shavasana. If you have more time, I invite you to stay here. Otherwise, bring a little movement to your body, wiggling fingers, toes. Maybe you'll take a full body stretch, whatever your body needs in this moment. And roll over to your side body. And on your next inhale, with your eyes lowered to your mat or closed, come on up to a comfortable sitting position. We'll bring the palms of your hands to touch. Bring the thumb knuckles against your heart and take a moment here to thank yourself for showing up for yourself, for taking care of your mind, your body, and your spirit. And the light in me honors and recognizes the light that shines so brightly within you. Lower the chin, blink your eyes open. Thank you so much for joining me for this short, knee-friendly hip opening class. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you enjoyed this class, feel free to like and subscribe to my channel. I look forward to seeing you next time. Have a great rest of the day. Take care.